Yo, yo, yo. They just chopping stuff down out here, you feel me? Got some breakfast right in front of me, you feel me? Bro. Alright. Let's get into the day. I'm just so hungry. I'm excited to get into today's Little Try recap, you feel me? First, we gotta go into our daily Bible verse, you feel me? February 2nd, Gospel. Dang. It's so hot in here, I gotta turn off the heat. It ain't me though. Alright. From Luke. Here we go. When the days were completed for their purification, according to the law of Moses, Mary and Joseph took Jesus up to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord, just as it is written in the law of the Lord. Every male that opens the womb shall be consecrated to the Lord, and to offer the sacrifice of a pair of two turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, in accordance with the dictate in the law of the Lord. Now there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simon. This man was righteous and devout, awaiting the consultation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he should not see death before he had seen the Christ of the Lord. He came in the spirit of the temple. This is a period. He came in the spirit of the temple, and when the parents brought in the child Jesus to perform the custom of the law in regard to him, he took him into his arms and blessed God, saying, "Now, Master, you may let your servant go in peace according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you prepared in sight of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, a glory for your people of Israel." The child's father and mother were amazed at what was said about him, and Simon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, "Behold, this child is destined for the fall and rise of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be contradicted." I don't know, I couldn't understand that. "And you yourself a sword will pierce, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, that there will also be a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Penuel, I'm just gonna say that, of the tribe of Asher. She was advanced in years, having lived 7 years with her husband after marriage, and then as a widow until she was 84. She never left the temple, but worshipped night and day with fasting and prayer. And coming forward at that very time, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were awaiting redemption of Jerusalem. When they had fulfilled all the prescriptions of the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own town of Nazareth. The child grew and became strong, full of wisdom, and the favor of God was upon him. So we could have also read this, but it's okay. I liked what I read. Yeah, just a little classic gospel. Nothing really to it. It's just a little story, kind of, I think, of Jesus, Mary, and kind of how that all went down. So that was just a nice little refresher in terms of gospel, words. I'm about to take this off. Alright, let's get into it. I'm all fueled up. Ready to get this stuff going. Gold. So we take a look at gold, you feel me? A larger time frame gold. Look at this chart compared to NASDAQ's chart. I can sleep or at least get so much better of a bias just going into this daily time frame. It's so much easier. So bearish on the day, obviously. New week opening gap, 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bearish, in terms of this in a second. So we have this high, this low, we get a higher high above this high. So I could see some follow through into all these resting highs up here. So I'm not looking for this high up here. I'm not looking for this high. I'm not looking for this high. It could go there, but I'm looking for whatever's up here. We have relative equal highs on this time frame right there. So you want to have 15 minutes, a little easier to see. Relative equal highs. So on the 15 minute, we rally lower all overnight. Then we just rally straight higher, get a market structure shift, come up into these relative equal highs right around 7:30 a.m. right around pre-market open around 8 a.m. So we sweep out this buy side. Bearish one day. I'm like, we have what is it? We go back lower into 8:30, 9:30 is right there. So we have relative equal lows going into the session. We're basically completing all these larger time frame market maker buy models. We have this up close right here, came back down, retracement, go higher. That's the end of my market maker buy model on the 1 hour time frame, in my opinion. So I was looking for a low underneath this low. So for us to come beneath here would have been my best case scenario or trade. Let's see right here. If you look on the 1 minute, this is our, what is this? I think it's a daily wick. It's our daily wick. So we came back into our daily wick, 7:30, whatever, 8:45, whatever, 9:30 opens. We rally into the consequent encroachment of this wick. Looking back, maybe a second or like a little part of me thought maybe I'm offside shorting this. But if you just go to the 15-minute time frame, we have it's perfect. High, low, higher high, lower low, lower high. We can expect a lower low to these relative equal lows. And that's what almost kind of gave me like the larger time frame confirmation. Is just looking at the line chart and seeing we have these relative equal lows that need to come down to get filled. It doesn't matter because there's wicks. We only see the candle closures. So they're still relative, and that was essentially the nuts and bolts of the bias that kind of put the nail in the coffin. So 9:41, we put in this high, low, higher high. We sweep this low immediately. We break lower. I wanted to take this inverse for value gap entry. I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed it because I'm also watching NASDAQ, and this was just a really good entry. If I had my stop here, I could have risked 2 cons and then left, everything to let it go. You feel me? It was a really nice trade. But I had to get in late, so I entered when this candle wanted to come up. When I saw this wick down here, I was like, bro, this is about to be, I'm gonna, mark out the quadrants and I'm gonna let it run up. So it ran up, took about 50% of this candle in this inverse for value gap. And we just started melting from there. No drawdown, quite literally no drawdown from here. We just started lower on our 1 minute wick right here. Get below it, consequent encroachment, consequent. Eventually rip out of there. We have 10 a.m. news coming up. So then when we get lower, this is a fair value gap that I wanted to see respected inversely. So bullish to bearish. We get a little market maker buy model in here, but it got completed on a smaller time frame. So then we just broke that low, and as soon as we break this low, I'm taking my liquidity, my profits right there. Just because of the fact that NASDAQ was doing some weird stuff. Like, NASDAQ was really overextended, in my opinion. Where was it? Yeah, like right here. Like, this is what, this is crazy in my opinion. We have a big old doji candle it's a pretty big range from 92 to almost 100-point candle wick off 10 a.m. news. So I was like, bro, if I'm not gonna get that the acceleration that I wanted to get down to these relative equal lows, I'm just gonna get out. So then, yeah, we got out. Maybe at a bad exit. Maybe it doesn't really matter to me. But then, yeah, we rally back up, sweep out this high, back in this wick, and then high resistance lower, and then all the way back down to our 1 hour low that I wanted to see going into the session. If I took 2 contracts here, like, the risk was too much, especially because I had my shit at the high. So, like, I can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? I really can't risk that much on the micro. It's just too much. It's literally too much. So that was gonna be my stop loss. And yeah, I maybe I could have narrowed it down to here and put 2 cons in and been happy with it, $1,500 day. But it don't matter to me, bro. I'm just trying to get some trades going, build my balance real slow. No complaints whatsoever. Just an easy day on gold. If you're trading NASDAQ, man, I feel bad for you. Because you're gambling, bro. You're gambling. Like, congratulations. You longed. Like, if you long this, you're gambling, bro. 930 rip. Maybe I can understand this 930 rip candle. The only potential entry I can understand is here. But then again, oh my gosh. You know how many times I have to catch this shit falling, bro? I'm changing it today, bro. I'm changing it today. Like, I'm long in on NASDAQ. Because I was long biased on NASDAQ. I did want to see us take out Asian highs. And we ran Asian highs pretty much immediately on market open. Why is my position tool, like, not showing up? Let me do some mathematics. Like, if I'm long in this, bam, bam, bam. First of all, that's a long right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, my G. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just looking at it and I'm like, this is just the opportunity to keep on running higher. Plus, I was seeing bearish on gold, and it's supposed to be not inversely, it's supposed to be correlated. So, that was also kind of like, I'm not going to long NASDAQ right here and just get caught up. Because if you look at this, it's just a straight rally to our external high of New York. If you look at ES, though, if you trade ES, I understood your logic more. Just because of all the resting liquidity we had above. But if you, like, look at how much... Like, I would have been trading ES, and look how messy this is in comparison. So, realistically, if you long, congratulations, but, it's not going to work long term. Like, Unk didn't take a trade today. A bullish bias did not take a trade. Just did not find anything. Like, this is, maybe here's an entry. But you have to know we're going to rally into the day or into the session in order to get a comfortable entry like that. So yeah, usually on days like that, I'm not even looking or touching NASDAQ. And then in this situation, I just started looking at gold ever since last week. And she's been nice to me. So, I could pull out 3K days. 3K days. Could have pulled out 6K. If everything went according to plan, like if I did everything right on these trades, for for Friday and today, but that's besides the point. Realistically, you know, it's just a slow grind, this and that. But yeah, that's all I got. I will see y'all eventually. I gotta get to some stuff. I'm looking kind of tired after eating all this stuff, but that's how it is. I just want to watch some YouTube and get my life together. You feel me? So I will see y'all eventually, and peace out.